All right, friends, welcome back to the action here at the Paramount Fine Foods Center in beautiful sunny Mississauga, Ontario. We got Team 5 taking on Team 8. Hope you're as excited as I am for this matchup. So we did have a goal already scored by number 108. That's Isabella Noche getting her second of the day here for Team 8 in blue. And they're on the attack once again. No foul given there, and play continues. Here's Sunny Noble. Noble twisting and turning, trying to find some space. Still with it, and she's bodied off the ball by Maria Alikakis. In goal on the far side of your pitch is Kalissa. The far side of your pitch, the right side of your pitch is Kalissa Edwards. Rianne Lilburn in goal on the left side of your screen for Team 8, the blue team. We'll have substitutions at halftime. Noche from Vaughan plays left wing. She plays striker. She stands 5'3". She'll be graduating in 2028, 3.7 GPA. Wants to study sports medicine. Kalissa Edwards had a gorgeous save earlier today, maybe the save of the day. She's made her way out here from FC Durham. She'll be graduating next year. Stands 5'4", 3.5 GPA. Wants to study nursing. Ball played into the feet of Noble. Wagner giving it back to Banco. Wagner with it now, playing it into the middle. Her pass picked off. Oluwalafe was able to find some freedom. Here's Banco once more. Look to slide it into the path of Noche. Noche's just so quick. Here's Pat Node finding Noche again. Fabulous defensive work there by Estella Salvatore. Or sorry, Abigail Moniz rather. That here she is again, clearing the ball out onto the right side. Sixth game of the day here, friends. That means there's only 2 more left. And our time together is coming to an end. Parting is such sweet sorrow, they say. But there's still more FTF Winter Combine Series action to come. In March, the gang's heading out to the West Coast. Van City. Ooh, Noche taking the ground. No call, corner kick coming. So much talent out on the West Coast. Ball punched away by Kalissa Edwards. Harkness. Or not Harkness, sorry. Cascanet getting the head to it. Still in the last game here, friends. Bear with me as I still come to get my bearings straight. Vandenberg pushing a ball into the corner. Banco able to run onto it. Banco down towards the touchline, cuts back inside, swings the ball into the box. Handball, no call from the referee. Cascanet pops it up into the air and then lets it drop. Pushed out wide by Abby Frogat. Carvalho with the throw. Moniz playing it out onto the wing. Cascanet in with a challenge. Banco on it. Banco plays it up onto the wing for Noche. Noche gets a touch, still with it. Noche with a full head of steam charging up this right side. One of the faster players out on the pitch. He's going to look to see who's in the middle. Swings across and just a little bit too far in front of goal, and Gia Hill unable to make anything of it. Ball brought down by Salvatore, and that's going to go out for a blue through. Patnode getting it forward for Banco. Banco threw 2 orange shirts, and her touch lets her down. Patnode able to recover. She has it taken off of her by Abby Frogat once again. Abby Frogat from East York continues to apply pressure. Vandenberg finding Banco. Banco looks to see Noche, who's making the run out to the right side. She's able to get onto the end of it, cuts in onto her left. She's going to have a look towards goal. Banco with it, still one-on-one with Calissa Edwards, and Edwards out of her goal to scoop that ball up off of the turf. Edwards with a big booming kick up towards half. Brought down. Here's Hilda Barona. Gia Hill with it now at her feet. Tries to get around the defender, still with it. Hill cutting into the middle, looking for Sunny Noble, but not enough on it to reach her intended destination. Here's Barona. Barona gets the ball up the wing, and it'll be intercepted here by Vandenberg. Gia Hill from Oakville Soccer Club. Looking for Noble. Noble laying it off for Hill to run onto once again, but it's Maria Alikakis coming away with it. Alikakis still on the ball. Noche in to challenge Edwards. Violet Cascanet leaving him for Patnode. Here's Vandenberg. Pickering FC's Vandenberg getting it forward to Banco. Here's Violet Cascanet. Vandenberg eager to get it forward, looking for Hill. Dearborn brought it down, and she plays the ball out onto the wing here for Salvatore to run onto. Salvatore is able to keep it in. Takes a heavy touch. Banco comes away with it. Banco looking up the field, and it's Noche there. Oh, she gets onto the end of her own ball. Still with it, being closed down, but Banco finds Noche. Noche's got Hill wide on the left side. Finds her. Hill able to get a toe out and onto the ball. Hill looking to play a ball in and finds Noble. Or sorry, Wagner. Wagner finds Noble. And Barona able to break up the attack. Patnode absolutely relentless here. Comes away with the ball, finds Banco. Banco pulls it back and gives it right back to Patnode. Noche at the top of the 18. Noche with it still. Lovely recovery. Finds Hill on the left side. Hill's going to swing across, and that shot comes in off the bar. Hill had that one on a rope. I would love to see a replay of that from another angle. Where's camera 3 here, Nick, for the replay? We're going to have a budgetary meeting at the end of this session. I think that might have been a goal as Vandenberg recovers the ball deep in her own end here. Finds Patnode. Patnode switching play. Tessa Patnode from Whitby FC. Stands 5'6", plays right back. She plays right wing. She's got a 4.0. Wants to study health sciences. Noche leaves it for Oluwafale. Oluwalafe, my goodness. I apologize to Kayla Oluwalafe. I think I have said her name wrong 555 times today and yesterday. Rounded up to 110,000. Here's Hilda Barona. Barona with a full head of steam, charging through the middle. Pushes it past Vandenberg. Hilda Barona working hard to retain possession, still on it, down towards the touchline, puts it in to the box, cleared by Oluwalafe. Galuli giving chase. She's so industrious. Look at her continuing to apply pressure up top. I love the way that she plays. She may not be the slickest or smoothest, but she's got the unteachables down. Doesn't give up. 3 goals here so far this week. Lilburn getting it forward. Hugenboom will escort that out and take the throw. Banco on the 1-2 with the ball popped up over the top on the chip. Shot in towards Edwards, and she'll pick that ball up off of the turf here and smack it forward. Brought down by Vandenberg. She's got Olivieri. Olivieri's found Banco. Hugenboom. Amelia Hugenboom from London TFC's OPDL side. Plays right wing. She plays right back. 3.7 GPA. Wants to study marketing or advertising. Galuli, she just keeps getting these opportunities each game from just continuing her relentless pressure of the defenders. Oh, goodness. A slip and a fall, and opportunity coming back the other way. Wagner cutting back. Plays the ball into the middle. Chance coming here, and Edwards out to make the save. Fabulous work, and she's out again and stops it on the doorstep. She'll take some time to readjust the shin pads. And Edwards smacks the ball up. Olawalafe brings it down. Galuli working hard to try and keep it in. Riley Galuli plays for Markham Soccer Club. Plays striker. She plays cam. Wants to study sports management. 3.0 GPA. Stands a mighty 5'6". Lilburn ship the ball up over half. Sent forward by Adelaide Dearborn. Here's Olivieri. Capuano putting a ball in front, and it's again Calissa Edwards onto the ball.
Did he leave?
Edwards smacks it forward. Olivieri heads it back into the opposition end. Banco battling here with Matthew. Here's Hugenboom twisting and turning. Matthew applying pressure. Ball back out for Banco. Banco cuts to her right. Banco charging up the right side. Tries to play a ball past Kundu, but Kundu's there to put a stop to it. Sarima Kundu able to clear. Good work here from A.B. Frogat. Things will calm down here a little bit as Rian Lilburn gets it in her own box. Lilburn, another one of these players, has made it up here from Ilderton Ignite Elites 2010 squad. Some talent out in the London area. Stands 5'7". He's got a 4.0 GPA. Wants to study physiotherapy. Olivieri. Dearborn tried to recover the ball. Here's Galuli. Getting out wide for Banco. Banco across into the box. Headed away by the defender, and the pressure will continue here as Team 8 are relentlessly pressuring their opponents. Olivieri, Sarah Olivieri from Hamilton United. Sane Matthew. Matthew gets it back. Matthew with it still in a good little fight here with Hugenboom. Sane Matthew from Juventus Academy, Toronto. Stands 5'8", right wing, left wing. 3.2 GPA. Wants to study kinesiology. Hugenboom gets it out of her own end. Finds Banco. Here's Hugenboom. Amelia Hugenboom. Cuts back, loses it to Matthew. Galuli pressuring Matthew. Matthew giving it up for Athena and Guan. And that's it, folks. Going into the break. Your score is 1-0. We'll be back in a few short minutes with this second half of action between Team 5 and Team 7. My name's Pierce Lang. This is your FTF Canada Winter Combine Series stop in Toronto. We'll be right back. All right, friends, we're back at it again here at the Paramount Fine Foods Center in gorgeous, sunny Mississauga, Ontario. If you've never been, might I suggest stopping by and getting dinner at Tremendous. Locals know. I think the university coaches and recruiters here got to experience the delights of Chuck's Roadhouse last night in Etobicoke. Notice I didn't get an invitation. That's fine. I was busy anyways. Not a big deal. I had plans. I'm a very busy guy. But it's 1-0 right now between teams 8 and teams 5. Isabella Noche with the lone goal so far here in the first half, very early on. It's been a little back and forth, mostly in the team 5 end, if I'm being completely honest with you. I don't know why I'd lie. Hugenboom getting a foot to it. Olivieri finds Cascanet, and it's played back for Olivieri. Pressure coming from Matthew. Here you didn't think I was paying attention, and I was just talking for no reason, but I am watching, Nick. Nick, our camera operator. Man, the myth, the legend. Here's Sonny Noble. Noble, soul roll, moves to her right, finds Gia Hill. Hill already hit the crossbar in the first half, has another go from range, hits the crossbar for a second time today. Noche doesn't get a hold of that one. Saying this yesterday, Gia Hill, I've had a couple chances to see her, and if you knew who her first coach was, you would understand her mindset. She's a product of the Future Girls Soccer Academy in Oakville. And the coaching led there by former Canadian international Michelle Houchin. And she just instills in them military-style discipline. I would say probably 90% of the graduates from the Future Girls program end up in OPDL squads somewhere. Noble leaving it for Hill. Here's Kundu. Kundu with pressure from Hill. Kundu able to get it out wide. Great work there by Chiara Lavelle Tantalo. Tantalo from Woodbridge. Plays left back. She plays right back. 4.0 GPA. Wants to study health sciences. Hugenboom getting the ball forward into the path of Carvalho. Carvalho pushing it forward, and out of her goal is Lima. Isabella Lima taking over for Calissa Edwards in the second half. At the other end of the field, it'll be Kalia Turpin in goal. Here's Sonny Noble. What a delight to watch Noble with the ball at her feet. As I say that, she misplays the ball. Curse of the commentator, they call it. Patnode has her clearance deflected out, and she'll take the throw. I think it was Matthew who got a foot to it, putting it back out again. Catenaccio unable to get it out of her own end. Here's Noble once again. Oh, lovely little move to get around the defender, and she's closed down by Kundu. Noble putting it back into play, quick as can be. Here's Noble once more on the touchline, swinging in across, and Isabella Lima makes the easy save. Lima from Dixie Soccer Club. Local here from Sauga City. Stands 5'6". She'll be graduating next summer. 3.7 GPA. Wants to study sports media. Coming for my job. Well, good for you, young lady. Here's Kundu once again. So Rima Kundu, another one of these players from Ilderton, as Lima collects the ball in her own 18. Yeah, we'll see how Kundu and Noble match up with each other, as they're teammates normally 363 days a year. But here today, in opposition to each other. They're doing something right out there in London. The technical ability of the players at Ilderton has been very impressive. Here's Wagner standing over the ball, swings a right-footed cross in off the corner. Carvalho unable to keep possession of it as Matthew comes away with the ball, but Patnode steps up and picks the ball from her pocket. Hill putting it into the path of Noble. Noble gives it to Wagner. Wagner to Hill, and Hill. Hill smacks one nowhere near the goal. Uncharacteristic, because she's put two off the bar already here so far in this match. Cascanet. Wagner. Wagner finds Noble. Wagner from Waterloo United, 5'6", central midfield player, 4.0 GPA. Graduates in 2028, still unsure of what she'd like to major in. Big booming kick by Lima, hitting the roof. I think she would have cleared the opposite goal on the other end. That had so much power behind it. But we'll never know, will we? Roof got in the way. Kundu up onto the left side. Matthew brings it down. Matthew getting around Patnode. Patnode gets away with a really awkward-looking throw there. Noble on it now. Noble with pressure coming from Athena Guan. Cascanet steps up to make the defensive play. Here's Noche. She's got the lone goal in this match. Tries to get past Sagat and is stopped in her tracks. Opportunity here, and the rebound put in towards goal and cleared out of the 6 by Olivieri. Shot by Barona and over the bar and out for a goal kick. Turpin, I think she might have got a hand to that initial shot. She turned her back on it, but she's here from Darlington Soccer Club. Now, I've been wrong once before, but I'm pretty sure there's a nuclear reactor in Darlington. So if you're looking to get bit by a spider anywhere, that's the place to do it. Noche goes to ground. She's going to get the penalty, too. But yeah, Turpin from Darlington graduates next year, stands 5'10". Wants to study physiotherapy. All right, so let's see what Noche's got up her sleeve here. Blasts it in and makes no mistake, getting her second of the game. I believe that's her fourth of the week. Might be her fifth. Noche plays left wing. She plays striker. She wants to study sports medicine, and she's got a 3.7 GPA. Get in touch with her if you're looking for someone who graduates in 2028. Here's Lima. Noche is going to intercept Lima's clearance. Noble applying pressure, comes away with the ball. Still on the ground. Whistle probably should have been blown as she continued to play the ball. Here's Noche. She's going to get tripped up, win another free kick. They just have no answer for Isabella Noche. Just too quick, too techy. Wagner standing over the ball. Wagner puts the ball into the 6. Bouncing around, finally cleared by Guan. Here's Matthew pushing it past the defender, and it'll be Cascanet finding Hugenboom. Hugenboom turning back and decides to use Wagner. Chelsea Wagner getting the ball into the feet of Noche. Clearance made. Barona bodied off of the ball by Olivieri. Hill with another shot in towards goal, and you can tell she's not scared to shoot, that's for certain. Matthew looking for Barona, but stepping up to make the play was Annika Young. Ball goes all the way back to Lima. Lima with a careless pass out of her box, and it's Noche again intercepting. Noche with the shot in towards goal, and Lima sprawls to her right to make the save. Substitution time here for both sides. If your expectation is I'm going to tell you who's coming in and out, you're out of your mind. 10 players in, 10 players out. I'll update you as they touch the ball. Wagner and Olivieri are out, so's Barona. Don't ask for more out of me than that. Looks like, well, Noble and Noche as well. Olivia Carvalho coming off the field. Chance coming here for Banco, and she beats Lima to the right side, and it's 3-0 all of a sudden. The goals keep coming here for Team 8. Team 8 with a wealth of riches in terms of offensive firepower. Kind of been waiting for them to have this sort of a breakout game here. Sagat bringing the ball down on this near sideline. Olwalafe comes away with it. Hundley playing the ball forward. Here's Galuli. Goal kick coming here for Team 8. Vandenberg going back to Turpin. Kundu with pressure coming from Hill. She decides to use Lima. Lima playing a ball through the middle. Keeps it on the ground. Santalo getting it out onto the wing. 1-2 the intended play there. A little give and go action interrupted. Matthew on the ball, and she's unable to progress forward. Here's Banco moving it in. Heavy touch is taken off of her by Moniz. Sagat is going to have to give chase, but it's Vandenberg coming away with it. Vandenberg finds Violet Cascanet. I have to wonder what the odds are of Violet Cascanet being the younger sister of Ivy Cascanet, who we've seen here before. She played for London in League One, or plays for London in League One. Violet obviously from London as well. Ball lofted over the top. Opportunity coming here is Turpin came out of her goal to break things up. Vandenberg was able to clear. Moniz has found Sagat. Moniz with it once more. Guan plays the ball in towards the goal, and it's going to go well wide of Turpin's goal. We do see that pretty regularly here. Siblings showing up 1 year after the other. Guan in with a challenge. Here's Moniz once more. Olawalafe coming away with it. Banco battling hard, but turned around by Prochilo. Here's Sagat. Sagat with some space. Ooh, glorious pass there, and fantastic work by Olawafale to recover and make the challenge on the ball, delaying the attack. Here's Hill clearing the ball out of her own end. Galuli with a fortuitous bounce. Plays the ball into the middle. It's pushed out wide. Intended for Prochilo. Prochilo able to get onto it. Moniz plays it into the middle, but it'll be Vandenberg coming away with the ball once again for Team 8. Switching play over to Gia Hill on that right side. Hill tracking this down. Kundu's going to get a foot in on it first and push it out for a corner kick. Lima brings the ball down, quickly whips it out onto the wing, looking for Sagat. Carolina Sagat from Dixie Soccer Club plays right wing. She plays left wing, 4.0 GPA. Interested in a career in science, or at least being educated in the field of science. Ball goes all the way back to Turpin. She's going to pick it up at the edge of her 18. Quickly finds Vandenberg to spring the attack. Vandenberg with a missed touch, and Sagat got to it first. Mona is playing it in, but it's Kaskanet again to make the play. Lima cuts it back to avoid Galuli. Kundu out onto the wing, receives it back again. Here's Banco. Banco trying to slip a pass in for Galuli, but just a bit too far in front of her. Lima gets a hold of one and sends it to half. It was Patnode putting it back into the opposition end, and Galuli sticking her neck out, literally and figuratively there. Oh, lovely little move by Moniz. Abigail Moniz from the Georgetown Mustangs. She'll be graduating in 2028. Stands 5'9", plays centrally in the midfield. Wants to study sports psychology. Patnode's clearance deflected by Matthew. Kept in by Matthew, and then that's out for a corner. Ball into the box, nobody able to connect with it. Cleared by Oluwafale. I've done it again, I apologize. Oluwalafe. I owe her a Coca-Cola, I apologize. I just cannot get the L and the F in the right place for some reason. What a move there by Kundu. You could hear the ooze from the crowd. Vandenberg goes back to Turpin, and that's your last kick of the game here, friends. Final score in this one, 3-0 for Team 8 over